Hey guys, and welcome to episode 68 of How I Made My First $1 Million. Today we are looking at the numbers from May 1st, 2026, so let's dive in. We start as usual with the balance sheet. Assets coming in at $189,000. Nice, impressive. That's up $20,000 from last month. Liabilities hovering around $16,000, down $100. Net worth $173,000. That's up $20,000 from last month. Okay. So what happened here? Okay, cash up a couple thousand, gold and silver roughly flat, Bitcoin up 15,000. I did not buy any more Bitcoin. That is strictly price appreciation. So Bitcoin is recovering nicely. Stocks up, real estate up, as I mentioned in the previous video. And Kiva down, again, as I mentioned in the previous video. So I'm withdrawing all of that as those loans get repaid. Okay, I just wanted to highlight this sell here. I did go back and change the real estate value from 0 to 1,000. That way it just goes up by 1,000 every month. So that made the assets go up 1,000 and the net worth go up 1,000. So just FYI. Liabilities, only thing we got, still those taxes outstanding. So yeah, that'll take a while to pay off. All right, let's look at the pie chart. Okay, Bitcoin, yeah, again, increased in value. So I think it was around 50% last month. Now it's 53%. Gold and silver, 23%. Cash, 19%. Fine. Kiva, shrinking. Stocks and real estate growing. Okay, nice. Not too much to comment on there. This chart is the interesting one. So net worth is up at 173, and we haven't been this high since... Oh, got to go all the way back to 2021, December of 21. And that net worth was 213,000. So the last time we were higher than this was 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years ago. So it's nice. It's nice to dig out of this gigantic hole. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Income. All right. Income statement. What do we have here? 13.9, down a couple $100. That's because we pulled out a little bit less from Kiva. Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, the salary was the same. Great. Expenses down significantly. I spent 9,000 less, but that's because there was a 7,000. Yep, purchase of Bitcoin, and then the other 2,000 difference. Spent less on travel. Spent less on food. I mean, nothing really that exciting here. So that's that. That's the income statement. Okay, cash flows. Nice positive operating cash flow. Love it. Yes, significantly fewer purchases. That's quite a bit. 2,400 less, which is nice. But I spent more on taxes. I paid my federal income taxes for 2025. So we had tax day. So I guess I owed whatever the difference is, $430. So that was it for 2025. The balance of what was withheld, $430. Fine. What are you going to do? No investments this month. Financing. Again, positive numbers for financing because I'm pulling the cash out of Kiva. Good. Nothing else to say on that one. Love it. Let's do the updates. I mentioned a moment ago I filed my federal income taxes, and there's only a couple other things I want to talk about here. I finished the Anatoly challenge. So that was a 7-week challenge, powerlifting, 3 workouts per week, so 21 workouts. There was one extra one, so 22 workouts. But anyways, that was really fun. It was awesome. And then at the end, I decided to test myself in powerlifting style, doing the 3 primary lifts that you would do if you were at a powerlifting competition. But instead of doing a 1 rep max, I did a 3 rep max. So it's going to be lower weight, but I did that because it's my first time. I want to stay healthy. I don't want to chase weight. Anyways, so it wasn't part of the challenge. I just did it after the challenge, and I got to 245 on squat, 240 on bench, 230 on deadlift. Add them all up, 715. So I was pretty happy with that. And if I had a better strategy, not more strength, just a better strategy approaching the lifts and in what order I would go for different weights, I would have done more weight on all 3 exercises for sure. And then, of course, just getting stronger and having better technique would improve that. So next time I do it, which will probably be in a month, I expect all of those to go up. It's just so fun. It really is just so fun. So anyways, okay, only other thing I want to say, Bitcoin conference from Las Vegas. I got back 2 days ago. It was awesome. It was the best Bitcoin conference I've been to. I met so many great people, so much resonance, good information, good people, a lot of hope for the future. It was absolutely amazing. So I already bought my ticket to next year's conference, and that's going to be in Nashville. So that's very exciting. Finally, how am I thinking? How am I feeling? And what am I doing? Again, just like last month, staying healthy is the number one goal. So I think that speaks for itself. I am also designing a personal freedom plan. So I don't want to say too much about this right now. I'm 99% sure I will have it ready next month, and I will reveal it in next month's video. It'll probably take the bulk of the time. I hesitate to say that, maybe not, but I'll just go through it next month. And I'm also thinking about the power of concentrated energy, which is a principle from the book Renegade Millionaire by Dan Kennedy. So I love this idea, the power of concentrated energy. It's so obvious when you hear it, like it's just so obvious, yet people do not behave this way. If you have one goal, you should direct all your energy and resources towards it. And that is the most powerful arrangement of your resources. But there are a lot of people who say they want one thing, but then they spend half their time doing something that's completely at odds with what they say their goal is. So they might say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, but then they do so many things that are not consistent with that goal. It's very obvious. It's a very obvious principle, but I'm just thinking about it, and I'm actively applying it to different areas of my life. So I'm thinking, what do I want to do with my life? And are the different areas of life supporting it or contradicting it? Again, it's a super obvious concept, but once you start to apply it to your own life or other people, especially other people you know well, you will see inconsistencies all over the place. So I'm thinking about that, and it aligns with my personal freedom plan, and I will talk more about that next month. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next month.